So when you make that decision to be a faithful partner, a faithful tither, faithful giver, faithful with your first fruits, what God does is God makes you his priority. So make God's kingdom financing this year a priority in your life. You will see God manifest greatly in your life and your destiny. All right, number 8. So I can finish. Remember, I said there are up to 25 of them. Number 8, decision to leave the wrong company and build the right relationships. That's the right network. A man's future is, or a man's company is a reflection of his future. So you can tell where a man is going to by the choice of company, by the choice of people he relates with, by the choice of friends he keeps. There's a popular saying that says, show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. This year, make up your mind and decide to evaluate your friends, evaluate your company, evaluate the people in your circle, evaluate them. Who are your friends? Who are the people in your space? Who are the people you call friends? Who are the people you relate with? Evaluate them. There are people who come into your life to only sap you of life. Be very decisive about removing the wrong people from your space and admitting the right people. Select people whose life can inspire you to grow. Select people whose life can inspire you to evolve. Select people whose life can inspire you to develop yourself. Select people whose life can inspire you to get better. Don't stay in the company of chickens this year. Make up your mind. Whatever it will cost you, leave wrong companies. Some of you, whatever it will cost you, leave wrong environments. This one is even top on the list of my decision this year. Leave wrong people. You are not the alpha and omega of people. Select people who should be in your life. You don't owe people nothing. Select people. Listen, for the sake of a lot of things that has to do with your destiny. The way an eagle dies is not by getting a gun and shooting the eagle. The way an eagle dies is by staying in the company of chickens. It will never fly. The way a lion dies is not by getting an arrow and shooting the lion and taking life out of. No. How do you kill a lion? It's simple. Leave him in the midst of goats. The lion will eat grass. A whole lion. King of the jungle. We behave like a nobody. For instance, me, there are circles you bring me in to listen. I will be irritated the whole year, the whole day. My life will be a mess. I will lose bearing. Just like you brought me in a circle of timid people, a circle of people who just abuse themselves, a circle of people who are not who don't have drive, a circle of people who don't have aspiration. I can literally die. I'm not even saying that the potential in me will die. I say I will physically die. Because when a man has self-awareness, he knows who he is. He knows what his life looks like. He knows his audience. He knows his friends. He knows the quality of life he has. He knows the kind of people who should circle around him. Once you bring him in the environment of people who are not anywhere like him, he struggles. Then do you know, shockingly, that there are people who have no reason to question their circle. They have a circle of timid, backward people who only move in life backward. That's they make movements, but it's not movement forward, it's movement backward. I see people who make friends like that. They waste their time on the phone with people like that. They spend time visiting them, walking around town with them. Oh my God. That's one of the greatest way to abuse yourself is to find yourself in the wrong company. Find yourself in the company of people who are not going forward. You have lost direction in life. You will lose speed in life. You will lose destination. You will lose everything. You will even lose yourself. If your life is not cheap, how you tell me is by showing me your association. If your life is not cheap, how How you show me is by showing me who you speak with on the phone. If your life is not cheap, how you show me is by showing me who you chat with often, the kind of chat. That's why you will never see my phone on password. Because I have kingly chats on my phone. I don't have stupid chats on my phone. I have kingly chats on my phone. I chat with kings, chat with queens. I chat with leaders of nations. I chat with leaders of industries. I can't chat with a puppet. You won't even get my reply. You won't get my response. When God said to man, come, let us reason together, he was simply saying to man, man, I will not come into your circle. For you to come into my circle, grow. Come, let us reason together. Your level of reasoning will never allow me to come to your level. For you to enter my level of operation, my circle, and my company, you have to leave this your company, leave this your level of reasoning, then meet me at my level of reasoning. Then we can now talk. Do you know that your company can define you, can refine you? Your company has a way of influencing you. Your company has a way of affecting your thinking, how you think. The quality of life you would live can be at the mercy of the company you keep. And listen to me, it's been said over time that a great man is not chosen by his friends. A great man chooses his friends. You know, you have to be intentional about who you choose. Your future, your destiny, where you are going to, if you are clear about it, if you're clear about your future, you're clear about your destiny, clear about where you're going to, one thing you will never, ever play with is the people who you permit into your space. You can't tell me you have a great future when you permit mediocres, permit wayward people, permit loafers, permit time wasters, permit jokers, permit unserious people, permit immoral people, permit people with wrong lifestyle, wrong value system, permit people who have no dream, who have no plan. You permit them in your life, and yet you're telling me you have it. No, you don't have a vision, you don't have a future, you don't have a destiny. Don't tell me nothing. The clue you have about your vision and future, the clue you have about your destiny and where you're going to, naturally edits your company. Naturally. It edits your company. It will naturally edit your environment. Naturally. There's no other way to edit your company. The only way to edit your company is to keep looking at what you are pursuing. Once you see what you're pursuing, that alone becomes the editor of your circle. Your circle will naturally be edited by the company, by the quality of vision that you claim you have. Be intentional this year about checking out people who are not adding value to your life. Oh, no, check them out. Check them out. I've said it here time without number, unapologetically. There are people you must block. There are people you must delete. Not just block, delete. There are people you must bid farewell to. Never, ever. You can just relate to them from a distance. Hi. The Bible says, follow peace with all men. It didn't say relate with all men. Your job is follow peace with everybody. Love everybody. But you cannot allow everybody into your circle. There are circles you can't bring people into your life. They will mess your mind up. They will mess your mind up. They will mess your mind up. Listen to me here. Listen to me. There are most of you, as you grow up, things may happen. Fortunes will fall on your side. You get the privilege to maybe marry somebody. Young ladies here, listen. Might marry somebody. Listen to me. Marriage is not permanent. There's no place in the Bible that scripture says marriage is permanent. I have seen people who divorced, got married, and their life were better. I'm telling the truth. Can we be practical here? People who walked out of very mentally polluting marriages. Partner is not growing. They walked out of it, married their kind of person, and they were better off. And that should not happen to you as a Christian. Listen, I know the Bible says what God, or it's popularly said that what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. If I have the privilege of speaking to couples, which I always do have, I usually speak very bluntly. There are things I can't say here, but let me be blunt. Marry your partner like tomorrow. If you're not careful, you will divorce. You know the reason why most people get married and they stay the way they are in marriage is because they feel marriage is permanent. You're joking. If you are a wise person, when you marry a person, have this, let your mind think as though if I'm not careful, I can lose this marriage. I can lose this marriage by carelessness or by anything. I can lose this marriage. You know what that thought will do to you? It will make you sit up and become intentional about everything you do. People who pursue life like they have something to lose are always careful. People who pursue life like they have nothing to lose are very carefree and reckless with their life. That's a problem with people, especially Christians. You know, unbelievers tend to have a sense that Christians don't have. When unbelievers pursue life, you know how they pursue life? They pursue life on the frequency of strengths. You know why they do that? They feel that, look, we don't know God. God doesn't know us. So maybe He won't even support us. All we have is us. All we have is what we are doing. So let's face it. See the problem with unbelievers or with believers. They feel as long as they have God, they have everything. So I don't need to do anything with my life. Let me just sit down. It's on God. Wait on God. Look up to God. Looking unto Jesus, author and finisher of my faith. Yes, there's a space for that. But that thinking alone will ground your life. Because when you keep thinking that there's one God in heaven that will always look after you, take care of you, make things work for you, you will abandon your life to faith. You will have no plan. You have no objective. You have no aim. You have nothing to target. You have to live your life in a way like, see, all you have left is 24 hours. You start thinking that you have forever to be here. You have forever to be alive. You have forever to be anything you claim you will never maximize the moments before you. You have to live this life as though what you have is a very short time. People who know they have short time, listen, in football, 90 minutes of play. Have you noticed that when people start playing in football, the two teams, they usually feel like there's still time. That first half, first 10 minutes, first 20 minutes, they play like there's still time until somebody scores. Usually, when the opponent scores the first goal, the other opponent sit up. They sit up, especially maybe when you're getting to the first 45 minutes, the whole thing is already wrapping up. They sit up. Then when they come back half time, notice something. The team that first scored will tighten up their defense. They don't want to see any goal enter there. They will rather want to keep scoring. The team that scored the goal will tighten up their defense. The team that they scored will increase their tempo. They will increase work. They will increase the velocity of their play. You know why? Because it is obvious already. If we don't do something now, this game can be up before we know it, and these guys will go home with a trophy. So the more they play and the time is running, the more they increase velocity. People who have short time to execute a thing are usually very focused. When you have forever, you just play. That's why the Bible says, teach us to number our days, that we may incline our hearts to understanding. If you feel that your marriage is temporal and not permanent, you will give it your best. If you feel your business is temporal, if you feel your life is temporal, if you feel everything you do is temporal, that there's nothing permanent in this world, if you have that temporal mindset, you will do everything with haste. You will never do anything slowly again. You'll become the best. I always have this idea that whatever I'm doing now, somebody is by the corner watching me and can overtake me. That mindset keeps you on my toe. You can be overtaken. People can bypass you and abandon you behind. There are people who don't have that kind of drive. They feel I've gotten it. And you know, one of the most demotivating factors in life is when you have achieved something. I have married, so it's okay. Listen, most men may not divorce their marriage partners because they don't want to appear bad. But listen, they will recruit other ladies around them. No, it's happening. When you were dating your husband before you married, now this is wisdom for all the married people. Listen, I'm trying to solve a problem for some of you guys now. Do you know this? That when you were dating your guy was chasing you bad. His eyes was on you alone. You were hotter, you were smarter, you were finer, you were on point. When he got married to you, all those love and everything else for you was real. Oh. He now gets married to you, and then after getting married to you, he now has cleaner side cheeks up and down, and you are shouting, "Men has come, men has come, men has come, men are not scum." Sit down and check. When this man was dating me, there was no other girl he was focused on. It was me alone. He was focused on. He was not focused on any other girl. It was me alone. How come now he's married? He's focusing on other ladies. What is the reason? The reason is that to you, marriage is an achievement. When something becomes an achievement, you treat it like it does not matter again. I've achieved this hanky, so stay here. There one single lady outside there who is looking for achievement, who has not achieved anything, will be on point. And when the man looks out, he sees a lady who is on point. Who doesn't have an achievement mentality? She has a target mentality. There's a target mentality, there's an achievement mentality. People with target mentality are always prepared to shoot and hit something. People with achievement mentality, have you noticed? When a person is hunting, the way he goes about hunting is different from when he's carrying the meat back home. It's different. When a hunter is in the field trying to hunt, he sets targets, he sets trap, he's careful, he tiptoe. You see that carefulness? He's tiptoeing, he's carrying arrow, he's hiding, he's coming out, he's chasing. The rabbit starts running, he starts running. That's a man who wants to hunt. When he catches that meat, he doesn't behave like that again. He carries it, put on his stick, he can be chewing string stick or blowing flutes and be going home. Nothing concerns him again. He has caught what he wants to catch. But let's assume you have even caught what you want to catch. You have achieved this thing. Yet in your achievement state, you carry a hunting mind. You will always be ahead. Because though you have achieved this thing, you still carry a hunting mentality. You still act like, look, I have something to lose. 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 If you have that mentality, you will be on point. If you have something to lose, I've achieved. You will never go forward. That's why many people expire before their time. These are some of the problems. For me, I don't know about you. When I am in a company that behaves like I have arrived, I have achieved, I have attained. Paul said, listen, I don't assume to have attained. He said, this one thing I do, put that scripture up. He said, leaving the things that are behind and pressing forward for the prize of the mark of the high calling in Christ. This one thing I do. He said, I don't behave like I have apprehended. I don't behave like I've attained anything. I don't act like I've achieved anything. So whatever accolade you're giving me is a waste of your time. I still have more things to do that I've not done. Oh, congrats, you're married. My friend, I'm not yet married. I'm still trying to be married. Yes, we know you've done wedding. But you still behave as though, look, I'm yet to even understand this institution called marriage. I need to understand how to attract a man, how to keep a man. I need to understand how to marry a woman. I need to understand how to do this business. Your business is booming, but you're behaving like, look, I'm yet to understand how to even do this business. I've not yet learned it. That's the one who will be curiously moving. Listen, when you have a company like that, you're a blessed man. When your company are people who have arrived, attained, they are sitting down, just observing you, you're about to die. And when I mean die, not die physically, you're about to die small. Since I was young, and I'm still very young, but since I was younger, and now that I'm young, I have never lost my fire. My fire still looks as fresh as it used to look campus days. And many times, when I look around me, I see people who I started some things with, they have all gone back. They have all retired. One day I was looking at myself, I said, look, you have kept this fire going, not because you had all the right people around you, even in the midst of people who cannot last for 1 month. You have kept your fire going. How much more when you are circled about with people with your kind of fire? People who 30 years, they are still the same. 50 years, they are still burning. You say what you would be doing with your life. And that's why I know expressly God has designed that this Kairos year is a year of major shiftings for me. A year of major transitions. Oh. Listen up, people of God. Decide your faith. Decide your faith. Decisions decide destiny. Decision decides destiny. You don't just arrive at one place and say, wow. No, decision is what takes you there. Decision. Decision. So decision to leave the wrong company this year, leave wrong people, leave them. They didn't sign a document somewhere and say you must be in the life of a wrong person. My friend, take a bow. Take a bow. And be unapologetic about it. Leave people who don't inspire you. You've been in this person's life. This person is not adding value to you. What are you still doing there? Pastor, take a decision this year to leave wrong members alone. Who told you you are even Jesus did not die for, he died for everybody, yes, but couldn't save everybody. He died for everybody, but can't save everybody. Do you know that? That Jesus died for everybody, but can't save everybody. Because you are who? That you think you can change everybody. What kind of you can't change everybody as a pastor, my friend. You can't. Your ministry will die, your vision will die, your calling will die in the attempt to try to transform everybody. You can't. Scatter your seeds and let the ones that can germinate. Even Jesus told a parable of a sower that sowed on different grounds. 4 grounds is scattered seeds. Out of 100% seed is scattered, only 25 yielded. 75% died. They were all the 75% of other ground perished. Seeds sown by the wayside perished. Seeds sown by the thorn perished. Seeds sown on the rocky ground perished. Only the one that fell on the good ground yielded. 25%, 75% wasted. That's how difficult it is to change people. How many people in this world, about 9 billion people, have given their life to Christ? We're even saying that Christianity put together in the whole world is about 2 point something billion. That is the whole people who say that they are Christians. We're not even saying people who are born again. People who just say they are Christians. Then if you start editing that 2 point something billion, you'll be so shocked how many people are really born again. Then if you even edit the ones who are born again, you'll be so shocked how many people are living the true Christian life. Just to summarize everything, people who say at least their religion is Christianity is 2 point something billion in a world where there's about 9 point something billion people. Or to be modest enough, about 8 point something billion. But I know we're up to 9 point something billion. And that's the world Jesus died for. But yet he can't save everybody. Is it me who will come and save everybody? I used to have that mentality that because I'm a father, I'm a pastor, I love people, that is my job, you can change everybody. Reality dawned on me. Reality dawned on me. Oh, reality dawned on me. And I saw that there are things you can't change. Leave it like that. What do you do with such people? Pastor them, preach to them, love them, but listen, when it comes to this circle, you can't enter here. You can't enter this 18. Stay where you are. You can't enter here. Else you become a pollutant to me. Else you become a restrictor of my journey. You can't. Decide this year that concerning your relationship, it's better you have one person only in your life who has your frame, who has your ideas, who has your ideology, who subscribes to your values, and not subscribe by saying it alone. Subscribe by living it. Living it. Yeah. It's better one person than have 100 people who are headed in directions you can't even explain. You'll get lost. You'll get lost.